Alexa, stop.
Teach one, we reach on Maryland and Cincinnati to the far east, son. And we just begun to spread the gospel. Substantial, patriotic, hip-hop apostles. Far from preaching with this art you call rapping. Taking y'all back when before this all happened. Frontin' hardcore when you barely soft porn. Never penetrating the end to get your heart warm. Rock on at the ridiculous pace. Disrespect hip-hop and I'm spitting your face. These kids are a waste of oxygen. It's madness, get in your case and all your shit. Like bag checks, got my eye on ya. Like insanity grabbed ya. Y'all see the packaging, and I can't stand rappers. You're bound to get ripped and then turned into garbage. I stay blessing mics, my followers pay homage. Sub staying blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Hey, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5D's forever, you know we stay blessing it.
Sub staying blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, hell yes we stay blessing it.
Hey, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5D's forever, you know we stay blessing it. On point like the pins we write with, living righteous. In these times of peril and crisis, the pain is squeezing lifeless. Yeah. What's the matter? Who's the nicest? Who's alive? Who's gonna live to see the live? Hopefully me, my lifeline of MC extends past the paying dues. How much it costs to be free? Deep rooted underground, but on the surface a tree. Branching out, all I ever really wanted to be. They wanna put us in a box and then pack it away, but we ain't having that. No parts, no which way. Yo, I'm going to the top and that's where I stay. Fuck the middle ground, cold getting biz while you were sitting down. The joint sound hitting out, freestyle or written down. Flow is played out, money, you need to get that shit in style. Speedy on the quick fast, long term we make it last. Forever and a day, stay clear of the path, cause yo.
Staying blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Hey, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5D's forever, you know we stay blessing it.
Sub staying blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life, oh yes we stay blessing it.
Hey, I'm blessing it, yes I stay blessing it. 5D's forever, you know we stay blessing it.
Children of the sun, look out, here we come. Live in Brooklyn, Maryland's where I'm from. We don't stop till you had enough. 5D's UV connect, that's what's up.
Children of the sun, watch out, we coming for ya. Rocking from the natty Midwest to California. And it don't stop even when you had enough. Pays and substantial, dude, that's what's up.
Blessing it, effortless, testing this, doubt it. Mike specialist, some we kept up and crowded. Nice as you wish you were, Mike's on my signature. Thought you said your shit is high, it's barely room temperature.
Scorching, torturing caps from Cincinnati to New York and back where the pad don't say jack. When we bankrupt the roof from spinning the wheel of fortune black. We take care and you walking back.
Sub staying blessing it, yes I am blessing it. UV for life.
Hello. Just gonna advertise on Instagram too. Hello. Maybe we should change music now that I'm visible. I know, right, XO? Can you believe it was only last week that I streamed? If somebody told me that last time I streamed was 4 months ago, I would believe them. I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh wait, what? How does it? No, it does make sense. Was what like what? Well, I mean, that sounds right. Oh. Every day has felt like 7 days. I do so much during my day, it's insane. He's making me tear up, I miss this. This music's insanely good. Maybe I can do some blessings for everyone. Cute. I'm missing my lucky amulet. Where'd I put that? Ugh. Tarot reading, anyone? Tarot reading? Tarot reading? Tarot reading? Hands is down. Okay, hands. For hands, Queen of Pentacles and reverse the Chariot. I remembered going into someone's dream today. It was scary. Okay, hands. You're doing great, hands, and you're gonna keep being successful. And the Chariot reversed. The Pentacles. And you need to take control of your own destiny and not let outside forces determine your path. You need to regain your drive and determination. Take control back. You need to, if people are being needy and demanding, you need to take your power back in a productive way. Set your boundaries and stick to them. Yeah, so, you know, you're gonna do great if you just keep doing normal, sensible decisions. And you need to get some control back in your life from people that might be taking it away. Hey, Dexter. I'll do one more tarot reading if anyone wants one. One card pull. Nico's down. Sure, Nico. XL wants one too. No, sorry, XL. Sorry, XL. Already done one for Nico. You got the Knight of Pentacles, Nico. Your message came in late. Brutal. Perseverance, Nico. That's your card. Perseverance for Nico. Okay, one more for XO. But don't tell anyone else. No one else can have it. for Excel. You might be feeling overwhelmed by fear or anguish, but it's better than you think. Thanks for the thanks for participating, guys. They're going back in the box. They all said, everyone? No problem, Excel. That was a really powerful file for me, actually. So, if you want to join in on the sit, then all you have to do is just close your eyes, let whatever comes up come up. You don't have to do anything in particular. It's kind of just taking a rest, having your eyes closed instead of having them open. Or you can do your whatever practice you like doing. It's up to you. I like to just sit and enjoy myself. Join for yourself? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're powerful. I'll do one. I'll do one. Fuck. I'll do one. It's scary though. I'll do one. But I'm not gonna reveal it if it's too scary. Perseverance. You're right. You're right, tarot cards, okay? You're right. You're right. Fine. Cover him. Into your meditation postures. Get comfortable. 25 minutes, so let's have a little rest. It's gonna go buzz, buzz, buzz at the end. Okay, let's go. How do I sit?
I just focus on my blessings and the lessons she gave me. Such a powerful weapon when you're stressing like crazy. Plus in and out of sessions, I got brethren to save me. They'll come through in a second, so don't question their bravery. I'll maneuver these waters like a vet from the Navy. In my for weeks trying to get to my lady. From a slice of heaven.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Strengthened by its essence, so I cherish it greatly.
Like 40 minutes for me.
I won't let it escape me. Without it, they'll break me. With it, I am amazing. They try to deaden my drive, rather be dead than alive. Refuse to let them threaten the thing they help me survive. I hide in the clouds, overhead I reside. That's my blood, sweat, and tears when it rains from the sky. Working overtime, trying to bring dreams to life. Cause you really ain't free if you don't have peace of mind. Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my seat recline. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Back more to the peace resign to make things right. Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my seat recline. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Back more to the peace resign to make things right. Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my seat recline. But it seems like somebody
has Excel.
more to the peace resign to make things right.
You have C PTSD. You recommend anyone who knows the insight stages? Hope that goes well, Hans. Explain a little bit about the whole card reading thing. I find it very interesting. Sure. Basically, the human mind is like a story machine, and those stories they're always repeating with the same archetypes and characters and things. So you've got this like global story machine, and in that there's like all the same characters and archetypes, and like they're going in the same rhythms. And interacting in the same ways in, you know, in these discrete stories. You know, it just goes on infinitely, really. So a card is a portal into like the global realm of stories. So it's like in the same way there's like you know, like the Akashic records where there's everything ever known. There's also like this like story, like all the stories that have ever happened. You're like tuning into this fractal of all the stories that have ever happened by pulling a card from the deck. It's shocking how many therapists are clueless. Yeah. The only person I've been able to get kind of therapy from, I mean, I haven't really looked around, but the person that I found it useful from he's been enlightened for like 40 years. So, one more tarot for Henry. Guys are connected to a higher plane. They're an access point to connect to a higher plane. Well, higher plane. I mean, it's higher plane. It's just a different plane. It's the plane of stories and archetypes and you know, all that stuff. Just a different plane. Queen of Pentacles for Henry. Just continue doing sensible decisions and you're going to be lucky. And, you know, you're actually going to pay off. And you're going to get rewards. Doing card reading as well had some very interesting synchronicities, yeah. I mean, you're always going to get synchronicities when you do spiritual stuff.
Never retire until my spirit becomes wiser. Children of a lesser God, we rise regardless. Singing at the end of the world, we live harder. Writing in the book.
I got this box from the Egyptian Museum of Cairo. I don't know what to put in it. Maybe a crystal. Drugs? Oh. It's actually kind of a good idea. Thanks, Suckman. Much love to you too. For love. Stones from a river. That's lit. These people love this shit. Wild, bro. I might get one of these. Free delivery too. You guys just saw me buy a crystal live. Well, you could put crystal and drugs in there. Axolotus. Let's see you. Into the stream. Watching so many videos on how to dodge. I'm glad they help. Taking the opposite diagonal is really effective. Every time you hit their parry. Tao Te Ching. Does anyone have a chapter number that they'd like me to read from the Tao Te Ching? The Tao Ching. $37. I've got no idea how to how to navigate this book. 37. The tower is constantly nameless. For marquises and kings able to maintain it, the 10,000 things would transform on their own. That's not good. Having transformed with their desires to become active, I would subdue them with their nameless simplicity. Having subdued them with the nameless simplicity, I would not disgrace them. By not being disgraced, they will be tranquil, and heaven and earth will of themselves be correct and right. This is the way. 2,426 characters, which doesn't seem right. I didn't seem like proud of it. Yeah. You maintain the nameless, everything transforms in its own. And then, when desires become active, the nameless simplicity just subdues them. And then everyone's tranquil, and everything's correct and right. It's pretty true, dude. It's pretty fucking true. Chapter 9. To hold it upright and fill it is not so good as stopping in time. When you pound it out and give it a point, it won't be preserved very long. When gold and jade fill your rooms, you'll never be able to protect them. Arrogance and pride, with wealth and rank, on their own bring on disaster. When the deed is accomplished, you retire. When the deed is accomplished, you retire. Such is heaven's way. Basically, the more you collect things and want them, the more fucked you are. You just get enlightened, bro. And you get a heaven instead. Easy to put into simple words. I just threw that from here up onto the bookcase. Crazy what happens when you just trust yourself, man. I never thought I'd be able to make that throw. That was insane. Hi Caspian, it's going well. How are you? As far as in sync with the down, yeah. It's about how you just stop suffering when you get enlightened. You down bad? You down bad, man. Need some coochie real quick? I have plenty of coochie. Don't want to fucking tire out my dick too much. What was that Ki Chong Dai Jiao movie you just did? Just something that I intuitively felt was the right thing to do at the time, Caspian. It's nothing named or... for a while I was, yeah, Z, I'll send it to you. For a while I was, getting possessed by interdimensional beings. And they were moving my hands and stuff like that. And showing me like cool stuff with energy by moving your hands, and it's probably something I picked up from them, to be honest. Do you hang out with friends still? Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my friend from school next Monday. Making plenty more in your friends too. I can relate. That's funny that you can relate, Caspian. I figured not many people can relate to that, but I suppose maybe it's more common than I thought. Yeah, it's good stuff, guys. This album, especially Melodica, it's very good. On your latest Insta post, you say not to rely on concepts. Can you name any concepts that people rely on? For example, yeah, like self-other. It's a pretty big concept that people rely on. You know, being yourself. Like good and bad. Basically, anything that is a binary sucks. Just sucks. It just sucks. Whenever you think one thing opposes another thing, and it's like you like this stuff and you don't like this stuff, that's a concept, and it's terrible. It's really bad for your body. It's bad for your mind. It's bad for your ability to do stuff. It's trauma, and it's caused by living in a society which traumatizes you and shits up your mind. Your mind works way better when you don't have any concepts. It's just for the facts of the matter. Advice on resting into self? I would try and find if there was a self. Lovesick remix? It's a good song, Caspian. And yeah, that was Lovesick Part 2. Thank you very much, very helpful. No problem. Yeah, always happy to explain stuff. No problem, Michelle. Happy to help. You know, I actually got enlightened listening to New Jabbas, which is music like this. I was just sitting on a sofa listening to it, and it just happened. It was wild. You have any favorite teas? I like Yorkshire tea, Caspian. I'm a bit of a basic bitch. Yorkshire tea, sugar and milk. I'm just from the UK. Maybe I need to figure out some fucking, you know, some energetic tea that works better with energy or something, but... What books are stacked on your dresser? Master Yunman, Chinese Zen Master. Book of Serenity, Chinese Zen Master Dialogues. Zen Dawn, early Zen Masters. 5 Houses of Zen, early Zen Masters. Bodhidharma Anthology, the first Zen Master. No Barrier, Unlocking the Zen Koan, that's the Mumonkan. Zen Koans, that is. Sun-Faced Buddha. That's Matsu, he was a Chinese Zen Master. Record of Linchi, he was a Zen Master. And Tongshan. Tongshan was a Zen Master. And on the left is For the Love of Everything by Lisa Carnes. She's great, she's on YouTube, you can check her out. Path with Heart by Jack Kornfield, that's great. And Spellcaster by Hawken White. Some magic shit. And then the Buddha is sitting on the Blue Cliff record. It's basically all the Chinese Zen books. And then I've got a bunch to the side as well, here. And a bunch over there. All over the place. Damon Pang here, Mystique of Enlightenment on the floor. Do you take psychedelics? I do smile. Only legally, of course. It is illegal in the UK to do them, so... even if I did do them, I wouldn't say that I did. So, I only did them legally. Go to Amsterdam, stuff like that. And Portugal. Do them there. But yeah, I do them. They're great. Any advice on resting into self? I don't know who DeSelf is, Sean. Maybe you should ask him. Which ones do you recommend for geometrical shapes? I want to see more shapes. What I recommend, Smile, is if you want something from psychedelics. Psychedelics, you're not connecting. It's not really a substance. It's kind of a 3D illusion that we tell ourselves. You're connecting to a powerful god entity that is able to give you anything that you want. So I would write some vows, make clear your intentions, that something that you want, and then do any of them, and ask very, very clearly for what it is that you want. Do written vows asking for what you want. Not even asking for what you want, but vowing for different things. You know, aligning yourself to what they want as well. But it's Konosuba. It's a really funny anime. I want the shapes, honestly. I want them to show my shapes. Maybe ask around. Find some entities that are interested in giving you shapes. There's some around. You can probably connect to someone acid, maybe. Yeah, I have parents. I live with them right now. Is the blue god behind you, Krishna? It's meant to be Buddha, Caspian. Are you telling me I can become enlightened and enjoy Sailor Moon? Anime is actually extremely useful for enlightenment and morality and controlling energy powers. Like, they actually have a lot of good advice in there. Why do entities want to help or not help? Entities, good entities, you know, good entities, like God, yeah, like Jesus. They're interested in Buddha. They're interested in, like, the benefit of all beings. So they'd want to help you with stuff that benefits all beings. So, yeah. Avatar: The Last Airbender? Yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender has some wild shit in it. Wild shit. Anime is really, really connected, man. Spiritually. It's really connected. What about nefarious entities? Don't make any deals. Don't allow control or possession. Say no and mean it. You know, have boundaries. Stick by them. Only allow them to connect with you if you're... if they respect your intended boundaries and your said, you know, the boundaries that you say. Yeah. The entity is stuck with me and he still speaks with me. Do you want him to leave? I was gripped by something evil, then I was gifted the Seal of Light by a pure being that helped to cleanse me. Nice, yeah. I find, you know, you can ask beings to help you with stuff. Directing love to entities is usually a good thing, Caspian, yeah. Like, asking them to do meta with you as well, like, you know, wishing happiness for all beings and stuff like that. Yeah. Asking him to take Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. That's gonna if he does. That's what someone told me recently. But that was pretty good. You do what he wants, I'm pretty sure he's not real. Oh, you're fucked, brother. It's a good way to have an entity connected to you that you don't want, is by saying he's not real. Best to have a good relationship with something. If someone was telling me that I wasn't real, I would be pretty pissed off. I'm not sure if you're real. Oh, you're messing up over and over. Jesus is dope as hell. I don't like the globalization of Christianity or religion in general. Yeah, for sure, Caspian. I mean, it's institutionalization, right? It's just strange. Systematization. It's like putting it into conceptual thought and then establishing it in the real world. Are you real? Me? Or all the guys behind me? Or the guys behind them? Yeah, I agree with Report Native for sure. What even is real? Why didn't you ask yourself? Yeah, you could try going like this. Does the finger go through? That's pretty real. Finger doesn't go through. Interesting. It's a very materialist way to look at things, Smile. Jesus appeared before me in a dream recently, let me fillet him. Yeah, having sex with Jesus is great. All is holy for sure. What's materialist? Like, making it all about, like, oh, it's the, you know, it's just a computer screen with, like, zeros and ones and, like, LED bulbs and, you know, it's like, if it was just a computer screen with LED bulbs, like, would going like this do anything? No, but it does. That is a nice stream. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whew. I try to not conceptualize things, Mal. That's my, general way to do stuff. How to open our hearts? Step 1 is listening to your heart and asking it that. Step 2 is following your heart. Step 3, maybe vowing to open your heart. Like, I vow to open my heart. Today is dedicated to opening my heart. Stuff like that. You could dedicate a psychedelic trip to opening your heart. You could book an energy session with me and have the intention to open your heart in the energy session or with anyone else. Or you could just dedicate every day to it. Basically just intending it, really meaning that intention, being willing to suffer even though you intend it. And you're just keeping it going. Being very serious about it. Using questions. Being very serious about those questions. And being open to stuff. Yeah, lots of different ways. Did Jesus write a lot? Jesus was kind of just walking around and people were writing down what he was saying, I thought. Why don't you conceptualize things? It's just the better way for the whole body to operate, Smile. There's less suffering, and you do things better. You get a feeling of electric current orbiting your body at your alignment before or since then? Electric current orbiting your body? Yeah, it's happening all the time, I feel like, actually. You never forget the moment when you relinquish control of your life and your heart pull you wherever you need to go. It's beautiful, Rogueport Native. It's really beautiful. Have you ever interacted with any Joker or Jester type creatures? I had some last Halloween. I had like tons of ghosts sort of hanging out in my body. Yeah, I just directed love to them, and they eventually left once Halloween was over. So, yeah. That's perfect, Nico. That's really good. Yeah, the ghosts, they were like scaring me, and then they're like, ha ha ha. And I directed love to them, and eventually they just like, it's just part of their thing. They like scare you, and then they chill out, and then just hang out with you afterwards, and then they leave. It's just like what they do. I was like, ha ha. Yeah. That resonates so deep. Oh, resonates, you mean? I'm glad it does, used. Yeah, just directing love to entities is always pretty good. That's okay, yes, there's no problem. I see suffering as a key component to the joy of life, but how does it relieve the pain? No, Smile, you can ask as many questions as you want. I love answering questions. Questions are a complete gift every time. How does it relieve the pain? Just part of the spiritual process, let go from ideas. Yeah, it's basically like every concept, like the further away you are from reality, and like, this is a bit complicated, but it's like the further away you are from reality, and the more that you're like stuck in concepts, the more painful it is for the body and the mind. That's questions are sacred, truly, Smile. There's not many things more sacred than a question. So yeah, it's just that they're just painful for the body because they make the body. It's kind of like forcing the body to operate in terms of things that aren't real. And if you're operating in terms of things that aren't real, you just kind of have a bad day every day. You know, not only because you're sort of not able to do the things you want to do, and like you're misunderstanding everything, and you're getting sad because you're not able to do anything, but also just like on a very fundamental level, it's like a misalignment with reality is it's just painful for the body. It's just like how it is. Have a nice skating trip, Beast. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, it's every week at the same time, so if you want to tune in again, I'll be back next week. Guys, you like my beard, Law and Order? Yeah, it's growing out. I kind of like it too. How different is enlightenment from shrooms? Different from Buddhist enlightenment? It's not about the substance, Caspian. Every enlightenment's different. Because every person's different. And every enlightenment's the same because it's all enlightenment. Can I ask a question on Discord? Sure. If anyone wants to ask a question on Discord, they're welcome to, by the way. But do it through the group Discord if that's okay. And yeah, I'm happy to take questions if anyone wants to join the Discord and hop in the I want to ask questions channel. And
hey. Okay, I have a weird question.
okay. I gotta prep now. You have a weird question. Okay, a weird question.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
I'm really interested. Okay, so so I'm like really for like equality, and you know, I really I really care about the collective suffering. But what I found weird is that I'm really drawn more towards right-wing politicians, and I don't really trust left-wing politicians. But at the same time, I'm also kind of like the ultimate socialist thing that everyone has enough money, peace, and happiness. So I don't know, and it's more like a feeling thing. I mean, like on a original level, yeah, I'm like really as much for equality and shit like that, but on the it doesn't feel true for me, like inside, and I don't trust those politicians. I know it's really stupid and this is about politics, but I wonder why, if that's, yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of things in the material world are kind of like what makes me feel safe. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like while a lot of left wing things can be a little bit like, you know, you have to be different, you know, change the way you are. And that kind of makes people like don't feel safe. It's like, oh, you're gonna like force me to change? Like I don't like that. Well, some
Yeah.
right wing politicians can be a bit like, you know, like let's keep things the way they are, and we're gonna like try and make it better while also doing that. And they both, you know, they both have their viewpoints. To me, I could see how like when from like a feeling or emotional point of view, it's like it just feels a little safer to not be told like what to do or that you have to change. That's fair.
Mm.
So I guess that's my viewpoint, but happy to dig into more if I'm like missing something or if that's all, that's fine too.
I think a part at least resonates with what you're saying with me, so that kind of makes sense, especially about the thing about feeling safe. But I know for me, I feel like it's coming from another place than just not wanting to change,
Hmm.
because
Well,
like
it's not even not wanting to change. It's like not trusting people who are trying to coerce you to change and making that like
oh
that
yeah,
making you feel unsafe. It's like that's different
oh
to
yeah,
like not
yeah,
wanting
yeah,
to
yeah,
change. It's like not liking people who make you feel unsafe. It's like
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
little
yeah,
different.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That resonates a lot. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
no problem.
Definitely
Thanks for the
understood.
question. Yeah, I'll see you
All right.
around.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah, always happy to take questions if people want to ask. Yeah, just let me know. When you're stuck in a concept or idea, holding on to something that really isn't physical can cause a lot of pain when taking space outside of reality. This is part of enlightenment and your own happiness. Pretty much, Maui. Yeah, it's kind of like the mind. The mind isn't actually a conceptual mind. So the thing that you're using to like live your life and is kind of like moving your body and is understanding things and is learning things and is socializing and is saying things. It's not actually in concepts ever. It's never using concepts to do any of that. And this conceptual mechanism is kind of like forcing it to see things in concepts when they're not actually there. And that's very painful because that's not real. So anything that, like, whenever you're forcing something to do something, you know, or like forcing things to be a certain way that isn't real, it's like painful. It's painful. There's a lot of suffering. And like the biggest way that that happens for everyone all the time who isn't enlightened is like they're forcing everything in terms of this self-other, observer-observed duality. And that duality is really painful for the body, for the mind, because it's just not real. It's just not real. Everything's just non-conceptual. Thank you, Hans. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. The way that I perceived sort of the Enlightenment shift is that everything suddenly became really smooth. So before Enlightenment, I didn't even notice, but every single little action, every thought, every movement had like this edginess to it. Like when you've been awake all night and all day, if you've ever been awake for 24 hours, it's like everything you do is just painful. It's like it like sucks to try and do, like play games. It sucks to go for a walk. It sucks to walk around. There's just this like edgy like feeling to it, or like when you're hungover. And for me, like when I got a 9, it was like boom. Oh, whoa! I've been hungover my whole life, like in a really fundamental, huge way all the time. And now everything's just so smooth. Ever since then, I haven't really had problems. Not in the same way, at least. Like I still have problems like materially, but they don't have that like this sucks kind of feel anymore. They're just what they are. Have you heard Lady Brown by New Jabbers? Probably Caspian. You a fan of the song? Yeah, which I didn't even realize was there, XL. I didn't even realize it was there. And noticing that it's there is the same thing as it going away. That's what the you know, noble truth of suffering is about in some way. Could you say more about that? I honestly have no idea what I just said, Debbie. What is it that you'd like me to say more about? What is suffering? Suffering is desire, craving. It's preferences. Yeah, I played Hearthstone Hands. It was fun. I played a lot when it came out. I played a lot of Battlegrounds recently as well. Yeah, you don't know you're suffering, XL. There's suffering in every single moment. In a really fundamental and pervasive way. Everything's suffering. You just don't notice. It's for Caspian. He wanted to play Lady Brown. I'm playing it for him. Oh, noticing suffering is when it disappears. Oh, I haven't turned this up yet. I'm gonna have to vibe out to this song though. Noticing something is the same thing as it coming into its proper place. Noticing is healing. Yes, you can connect without psychedelics, Henry, but they're real, so be careful. Make sure you have your boundaries. You know, don't allow control or possession if you're not willing to be controlled or possessed. Don't make any deals. You know, have boundaries and stick to them. No problem, Debbie. Yeah, be clear about what you want, Henry. They can't know what you want. You know, they can't just like guess what you want. Bit about nutritional concepts, vegan, organic, and non-organic showing. Everything's just energy, Nico. It's like, if it's got good energy, then it's good for you. If it's got bad energy, then it's bad for you. Yeah, just follow your intuition and listen to your body. Maybe your body needs McDonald's right now. Maybe your body needs, you know, a leak. Maybe your body just needs water. more about listening and following your intuition than it is about concepts. You got my message? Oh yeah, Hearthstone Classic, yeah. Is it fun? Are you enjoying it, Hans? Because I was interested in it. If time is an illusion, how can it be cause and effect? Time is a fractal. And an illusion. Anna. Oh, you like it, Hans? So, you know, time is this whole fractal. It's this whole fractal. It's everything. It's all of this. But we're experiencing it. We're experiencing it in linear time because we're in 3D space. But that's an illusion. Like 3D space is an illusion. Time's actually this whole thing. So like all the futures happened, all the past has happened. And it's all like this. And we're just experiencing sort of this you know, we're experiencing like one part of it in like a slow linear fashion. Cause and effect, cause and effect, is quite obviously real though. You know, it's a lot more complicated than it, because everything's interconnected and interdependent. And it's also, you know, time isn't really the same way that we understand it. It's not linear. How can one previous life affect a future one? It's very complicated, Anna. You know, we can only, in the same way we can only understand some things about reality, we can only understand some things about previous life affecting the future one. It's like, you know, one example would be if in your past life you had, you know, you were very spiritually developed, then you're going to be more spiritually developed in this one. If in one life you're really good at the piano, you might really like piano in the next life too. But, you know, it's very complicated. It's not like, you can't just explain it super easily. Oh, in spiritual evolution. Oh, this is complicated, Anna. I can explain it though. It's free will a thing? It's complicated. Yeah, absolutely, Richard. I think things can happen in the future and then they like ripple back to now. That's like my experience of stuff. Previous life affecting the future one. So this is the previous life, and this is the future one. And there's a consistency in it. There's something consistent that goes, and then that integrates with the body. And then it retains all of this information, but now it's in a new body. So it's pretty simple, I guess. I mean, oh, you can send information from the future. And also to the future. If you write a diary, you're sending information to your future self. Okay, guys. We're gonna be ending the stream soon. So if you have any burning questions or anything, then ask them now, or forever hold your peace until next week, where we'll be back. Same time, 9 PM BST, which is an hour before now. Next Saturday.
As already resumed, comments flying through space, bringing possible doom, blocking the sun, bring a holocaust on the world. I'm talking back to Father Time, Mother Earth is my girl. I got the wings of angels walking down the valley of death, watching my step, cause the devils never want to respect. Come correct on the studio track, taking it back to the pen and pad. I blast the original rap. Brother on the
We should chat sometime, Richard. Can you message me on Twitter or something? I wanna steal all of your special powers. Or, you know, copy them. Yeah, it's future to past for sure. I know. Can happen. Yeah, it'd be fun, Richard. I mean, if you're interested. But you're sharing on YouTube, not just streams? Yeah, I'm working on it, Henry. I'm working on a podcast. I had a bit of a big experience this week. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Wait a minute. This isn't the right. This isn't the right scene. Bye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a nice night. Losing my mind, so maybe you can help me find the way to go, so I can be leaving this pain behind, trying to sleep. Sleep is a cousin of death, said a wise man from Queensbridge on BC Bless. Trying to rest instead, I rest my head on a pillow of hardships. Misery is the bed. On my back, I lie, I can see the sky through the glass ceiling. The reason tears drowning my eyes, and I can't move. Grief won't let me think, my soul is dry. I called just to take a drink, I made you blink. Think like a visible man with mechanical hands, trying to reach out to my fan. Yo, regardless, while I be moving swiftly through darkness, plotting chart on my path, I'm running, cutting my losses, stumbling over unknown bumps and complications and tribulations of my life for revelation. Yo, regardless, while I be moving swiftly through darkness, plotting chart on my path, I'm running, cutting my losses, stumbling over unknown bumps and complications and tribulations of my life for revelation. Yo, viscosity of the hidden meaning between my words, picking the plot, I caught hidden rhythms and verse, I'm loaded and hurts, you biting like a jack on the curse, I'm bringing the words to hurt like